Hello Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because of course I appreciate it, but also you do want to know when your other videos come out, such as the weeklies and all the special astrology bonus videos I put up every once in a while, and all my other stuff. So what's going on when it comes to December? What's the overview and the feel for December? It is Stellium season. We are now in Stellium season for December and for January. Stelliums occur in astrology where a group of planets come together in one sign. And so all areas of our life ruled by those planets all behave like that area of our life. And it's going to be something that happens in December, and then we have another in January. So for you, the big focus is on your 9th house of expansion, big moves, big travel opportunities, long-distance connections, adventure, as well as official dealings, government legal proceedings, and even your spiritual life. The Sun and Venus are there until the 21st and 24th. We've got a new moon there on the 19th, and we've got Mars there until the 15th. And so, again, we have a very stellium strong month. Now, for you guys, this is actually going to be a month where you are getting pushed out of your bubbles, out of the containers that you have been living in. Venus, for instance, is going to be drawing in a great deal of social attention to you, where you could actually use the boost, especially when it comes to situations where things that have been getting obscured, going unnoticed, whether socially or professionally, are suddenly getting new spotlights. And love and romance is going in a very exotic, experimental, and outgoing direction as well. And for those of you who are single or available, you might be getting a chance to meet or connect with somebody that is outside your normal type, or at least the type that you're used to. And for those of you who are coupled, a new spiritual or, again, exotic outgoing element could be coming to your relationship. Mars and the Sun are bringing in a lot of opportunities to push forward things in your life that have maybe been waiting their turn to get initiated. Whether this is, again, big moves, big travel opportunities, or anything that could help you climb the social or professional ladder. And after the 11th, with Mercury there, we've also got a push for something that has been forced to stay small or progress slowly to get fast forwarded in your life. We also have this new moon initiating a powerful new beginning, or possibly even something that is helping you establish a new sense of territory in the world, literally or figuratively. And you might also find that you are getting a chance to become more of an impactful influence on your local community, your local business, however that goes, but also expand beyond what is local as well. We have a full moon in Gemini on December 4th. This is your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, as well as helpful third parties and hookups and collaborations. Now, a full moon here is indicating that in the 2 weeks following the 4th, there could be something brought to an end around some kind of binding agreement, contract, or commitment that you have been beholden to. This could be something that is just up for expiration, or something that you're able to give the slip that's become a binding or constraining influence. And we also have Neptune turning direct in Pisces on December 10th. And this is a really good aspect because Neptune turning direct is helping to loosen up something that has maybe become calcified or stagnant or frozen, or again, cement in your life, something that's been immobile, something that you've not been able to actually get into a good flow, or perhaps even dissolve some kind of blockade or barrier that has followed you from the past and is still exerting a harmful influence over the present. As we get to the final week and a half or so of December, we've got the Sun and Venus, as well as Mars, and even eventually in January. Mercury moving on into Capricorn, your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, promotions, and raises. And the new stellium there is in full swing. And a lot of you may be in for some powerful career and financial boosts, especially when it comes to things that are maybe yielding you some much more competitive wins and some much more competitive commitments in the work and money department. So that is what I've got for your astrology for December, Aries. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website, integrativemysticism.com, or follow the links in the down bar below. And also don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, you do want to know when your other videos come out on this channel, such as the weekly astrology and tarot, as well as the astrology bonus episodes and any other goodies I like to put up every once in a while. So what's going on when it comes to your December? What is your December all about? It is stellium season for everybody. And a stellium occurs in astrology where planets group up in a particular sign, and that all things that those planets rule start to behave like whatever area of our chart they are operating from. So for you, it's all about your 8th house this month, the area of shared resources, passive income, bonus capital, as well as intimacy, sexuality, and any responsibilities or interests you may share with partners, such as business partners or romantic partners. And so we've got the Sun and Venus in your 8th house, Sagittarius, until the 21st and 24th. We also have Mars there until the 15th, a new moon there on the 19th, and Mercury going in there as well on the 11th. And so very, very strong. We've got 2 stelliums this stellium season. We've got the one that's here in December and another one in Capricorn in January. So for you, this month is going to be all about bonus everything. In fact, with Mars as well as the Sun, you might be noticing extra wealth opportunities coming to you, not only through your own work or just even your social life, but also, again, yes, through friends and through family and through romantic partnerships. Mars is also extremely helpful here because he's helping you to maybe actually push into more competitive opportunities or give you things that you could actually turn into longer term commitments, spawning new income streams for yourself, or maybe even making some important career pivots. Venus here is where we see the love and romance get really, really strong, and Mars is certainly helping out as well. So it could also be a very hot month for the Taurus people, because whenever we have Venus and Mars working together in one sign, there can tend to be a lot of enmeshment. When we have Venus and Mars in the 8th house, this is a time where a lot of you are getting a chance to rev a lot of new romantic and sexual engines, and it could be a time where some very important fantasy fulfillments are also in order. A new moon here is going to be, of course, giving you a chance to commit some kind of new income stream into your life as well. And there may even be some good news about a financial or material circumstance with a partner or business partner that you also get to share in and enjoy. Mercury is going to be speeding up your acquisition of wealth as we go into mid-December and even on into January. So there's a lot to celebrate. We also have a full moon in Gemini on December 4th. And this is creating a period of 2 weeks where a lot of you might be making some kind of important pivot, transition, or graduation happen around a work or professional commitment. Now, this can be an aspect that says, hey, guess what? If you've been looking to make a transfer, find a new job, or maybe change something about a role or a shift, it's a beautiful aspect for that. But something is going to end an era around a work normal. And we also have Neptune turning direct on December 10th, which is in your 11th house of friendships, support system, and community. And with Neptune turning direct here, this can actually be a very sweet aspect. If you have been going through a period where it feels like your support system, your friendships, or even good ties, collaborations, and connections that could be very helpful have been kept at a distance, or maybe have been kind of locked in a routine, or maybe you've been feeling a bit isolated or alienated, Neptune likes to bring in a new, fresh flow. Neptune here can also bring in a lot more creative, intellectual, and spiritual stimulation and connection to your social life and your sense of community, and can also help close the distance in important connections with friends and family that we have or have not really explored. And so a really, really cool way to kind of go into 2026. As we wrap up December, that final week and a half or so, the Sun, Venus, Mars, and even eventually Mercury, as we go into early January, will be in Capricorn, your 9th house of expansion, big moves, big travel opportunities, long distance connections, official dealings, and anything that could have to do with your spiritual life or higher education. And it's all about worldliness when we have this kind of stellium. And the end of December and on into January, a lot of you are getting out of your bubble, out of a lot of containers in order to make some big scores. Your relationships are going to be taking on a more adventurous and exotic kind of feel, but even work and climbing professional ladders becomes a lot more exhilarating and have some very interesting quick payoffs. And again, that's also making for a very special January. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, you do want to know when your other videos on this channel come out, such as the weekly astrology and tarot, the astrology bonus episodes, and anything else I decide to pepper the stream with. So what is going on when it comes to your December? What is happening with your December? Well, it is stellium season. A stellium occurs in astrology where planets group up in one particular sign or space of the chart, and suddenly everything that those planets rule behave in accordance with the area that they are connected to and that they are influencing. And so for you, we've got the Sun, we've got Venus, we've got eventually Mercury, we've got Mars, and even a new moon, all in Sagittarius, your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections, right? The area that talks about the boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your most involved, close on one-on-one connections with. And so when we have a stellium here, you might be noticing a lot of areas of your life taking on a focus on partnerships, union, and collaboration. Now, of course, with Venus here, this is going to be a very strong December for love and romance, especially because Venus in the 7th house likes to bring in opportunities for renewed and newly discovered and new explorations of intimacy and closeness, and also drawing in the strongest commitments, but also exploring some new love languages. Mars here and the Sun are working on the friendship aspect here because you do need to be good friends with partners, right? We're not just here to be an automaton occupying a role. And the Sun and Mars brings in an opportunity for not only closer bonding experiences with romantic partners or romantic partner potentials or drawing them to you, but also even with your closest friendships, business allies, and bringing in people closer, new and new-ish and known, that are valuable allies, valuable pieces on your board. The sun is also bringing in a lot more play, levity, wholesome simplicity, and you might be noticing a lot of important friendships, connections, and relationship partners are becoming a lot more playful. There's a lot more peace, a lot more harmony, because the sun likes to dissipate and dissolve what the drama is, if there's drama, and also repel anything that could be, kind of getting in the way of that fun, wholesome simplicity. A new moon on the 19th is creating a 2-week period where a lot of you could be getting a chance to embark on some kind of new adventure or new road for a particular union, at least one. And all in all, it's a very, very sweet kind of month. Now, Mercury is also going to be speeding up the maturation of a lot of important joint projects and joint ventures, and even the payoff. And so also, as we go into the post 11th of December and even into early January, partnerships of all kinds are going to be very ambitious, but also very accomplished. We have a full moon in your sign on December 4th, which is creating a 2-week period where there is likely going to be some kind of closure or some kind of release of something that has maybe been stuck to you in a way where it's been getting in the way of the maybe accomplishment or the completion of a personal goal, aspiration, or wish. Remember, a full moon in our sign brings it back to us in our personal journey, regardless of what we got going on with other people. And so there could also be something that you are wrapping up that has been kind of an individual or personal pursuit. We also have Neptune turning direct in Pisces on December 10th. And this is your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, promotions, and raises. Now, Neptune turning direct here can actually be really good, especially in the early months, so December and January, because we are getting a chance to see things that have maybe become calcified, stagnant, or standing still loosen up. Because when Neptune turns direct, he likes to dissolve what has started to stand still. And if you've been feeling like something is plateaued, or you're without options, or things have been kind of stuck in a rut, or trapped in a routine, or have been kind of on the same road for too long in a career or financial situation, Neptune is going to be very helpful as we get past the 10th of December. And in the final week and a half or so, right, as we wrap up December and get ready to go on into January, the Sun, Venus, Mars, and eventually Mercury in January all get together in Capricorn, Stellium number 2, your 8th house of shared resources, bonus income, as well as intimacy. And it looks like there could be a lot of interesting bonus activity going on for you, and maybe even some surprise wins coming your way, both financial and sensual. So that is what I've got for you, Gemini people out there. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow those links down below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, you do want to know when your other videos come out on this channel, such as the weekly astrology and tarot, the bonus astrology episodes, and all the other special goodies I put up here. So what's going on when it comes to your December? Well, it's Stellium season. It has begun, and we have got 2 Stelliums, one in December and one in January. Now, of course, we're going to be talking about December here. A stellium in astrology occurs when a group of planets all come together in one particular sign, and suddenly everything that those planets rule start to behave in accordance to the area of the chart that they're occupying. So for you, we have this stellium occurring in Sagittarius, your 6th house of work, reputation, schedule, as well as community standing, as well as the teams that you're on, the people you serve, the people you serve with. We have the Sun and Venus there until the 21st and 24th. We've got Mars there until the 15th, and we've got even Mercury ending up there after the 11th, and a new moon there on the 19th. This is going to be a month where a lot of you are starting to raise up in your public stock. This is a time where, yes, fame, fortune, prestige, but also popularity is in order. And with Venus and the Sun coming together, this is likely a time where you might be noticing, whether it's in groups or at work, you are starting to become a bigger, a star player, or treated like more of a star player. This is also a great month for anybody looking to make some radical adjustments to things that they are getting back in terms of the value that they're getting back for what they put out there. Maybe asking for a raise or raising your prices, changing your shift, changing your benefits package. Everything is really ripe for customization with sixth house matters. We also have Venus here attracting a lot of new friends, colleagues, and comrades to raise you up on their shoulders. And for some of you, you might even notice that love and romance is taking on a lot more of a productive, boots on the ground kind of way, where there seems to be a lot more focus on that driven power couple kind of energy. And for those of you who are single or available to new people, this could also be a time where it's possible through work or some kind of community commitment, new love is there as well. We also have Mars bringing in a lot of competitive opportunities, but you're going to want to be careful during this time because competition will be strong in work and community affairs, and we have to be able to compete sportingly and not get too personal. A new moon could spell a new job or possibly a new role for those of you who are looking as well in the final 2 weeks of the month, and all in all, it is just golden. We also have a full moon in Gemini on December 4th, which is your 12th house of the past, private matters, secrets, hidden opportunities, and shortcuts. And this could also indicate a clearing going on between the 4th and the following 2 weeks. Sometimes a full moon in the 12th house can be kind of tough because it releases and dissolves and ends something that has been stuck on us, or that we have been stuck on, that is no good for us to have that enmeshment with. And for a lot of you, this could be an important sigh of relief that also comes with a little bit of difficulty. However, this is also releasing something that is followed from the past that has only exerted a negative influence or reset a negative pattern. We also have Neptune turning direct in Pisces on December 10th. And this is your 9th house of expansion, big moves, big travel opportunities, as well as long distance connections and your spiritual life and official matters, government and legal proceedings, and academia. And Neptune turning direct here can be a really sweet change, especially if you've been feeling like you've been maybe caught in a calcified container. When we talk about calcification, we're talking about things that have just kind of become stone, statues, stuck in their ways, stuck in a rut, trapped, or maybe walling you in. Limitations that have been imposed upon you are going to be dissolving as Neptune releases a very special flood. And that's going to be very strong in December and in January. As we wrap up December, we've got the Sun and Venus, as well as Mars and eventually Mercury in early January, moving on into Capricorn, your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections. And that's going to create stellium number 2. And that's where it's all about, well, of course, close partnerships, as well as close friendships and even business alliances going through several level ups. In fact, the Sun and Venus are going to be bringing a lot more play, a lot more romance, a lot more intimacy, but Mars is also going to be breaking a few glass ceilings as well as a few obstacles to having the perfect romantic as well as perfect friendship setup. Beautiful energy for this month and next month. So that is what I've got for you Cancerian people out there. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, you want to know when all of my other videos on this channel come out, such as your weekly astrology and tarot, the astrology bonus episodes I put out, and anything else I decide to sweeten the pot with. So what's going on when it comes to your December? It's stellium season. Stellium season means, well, a group of planets are all coming together in one sign. We'll actually have this happen twice, December and in January. And everything that those planets rule start to behave like the area of the chart they are occupying. And for you, it's really transforming your 5th house, Sagittarius, the area of love, romance, as well as personal business enterprises, artistic pursuits. And this is the theme of this month. We've got the Sun and Venus there until the 21st and 24th. We've got Mars there until the 15th. We've got Mercury there after the 11th. And we've got a new moon there on the 19th. It is a super emphasized energy here. Now, of course, with Venus being there as well as Mars, yes, this is going to be a love-oriented month for a lot of you and some very strong honeymoon energy going on across the board. This is actually a beautiful time for it. And for a lot of you Leo people, it's a time to enjoy a very fun, low stakes, playful honeymoon kind of month, right? Almost like how the first couple of months of dating, well, should be when it comes to love and romance, whether this is rejuvenating and reinvigorating your relationship with your partner or your spouse, or for those of you who are single or available, maybe even getting a chance to have a honeymoon period with somebody new. The Sun is also bringing in more play, more sweetness, more simplicity, and more peace. And this could be a time where a lot more bonding over the sweet, nerdy inner child activities also becomes very, very strong in love for all of you. On the non-love front, however, Mercury is also going to be bringing in a lot more creative stimulation, as well as interesting novel opportunities for advancement in all things work and business. You might be noticing, if you own your own business, that you are attracting a better crowd, new faces, fresh energy. Or for those of you who do not own your own business, when it comes to career and life at the office, you might be noticing some novel and very new kind of opportunities to raise yourself up in the professional ladder that don't really follow precedent or protocol, but still pay out big bucks. We also have a full moon in Gemini on December 4th, which is occurring in your 11th house of friendships, support system, and community. Now, a full moon here is likely going to raise a situation in the 2 weeks following the 4th where a particular friendship or association, or maybe even an association with a group or community, is coming up to be reevaluated. Sometimes a full moon can indicate a last chance for a friendship or an affiliation, or maybe a couple that have already been on thin ice. And some of you might be doing some big social declutterings as we go through mid-December. We also have Neptune turning direct in Pisces on December 10th, which is in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy and bonus capital. And Neptune turning direct here could actually be a lot of fun for you, because Neptune turning direct is helping to dissolve, as soften and wash away a lot of situations that have become calcified, that have become stuck in their ways, stuck in old stories, stuck in old patterns. And if you've been noticing maybe some kind of block or some kind of obstruction with a financial or maybe relationship goal, this is going to be something that helps wash a lot of that out. And that's not just for December, that's also January and beyond. And finally, as we wrap up December, though, that final week and a half, the Sun and Venus, as well as Mars will be, and then eventually in early January, Mercury will follow suit into Capricorn, which is your 6th house of work, reputation, schedule, and public standing. And you might be noticing that you are getting a chance to claim some very important competitive rewards at the office or maybe even in your local community that could also be transforming your material status as well. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links down below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, you do want to know when other videos come out on this channel, such as the weekly astrology and tarot, as well as the bonus astrology episodes, and anything else I want to sweeten the pot with spiritually. So what's going on when it comes to your December? December is the beginning of stellium season. And so we have a stellium in December and a stellium in January. Stelliums occur in astrology where a group of planets all come together in one sign or one area of the chart. And suddenly everything ruled by those planets starts to behave like the area of the chart that they are occupying. And so for you, it's all about your fourth house of home, family, living situation, and home economy, Sagittarius. We've got the Sun and Venus there until the 21st and 24th. We've got Mercury there after the 11th. We've got Mars there until the 15th. And we've also got a new moon there on the 19th. And so with all of this going on, it's creating a very grounded, very stabilizing, and new commitment, root planting oriented month for you. Love and romance, for instance, with Venus is actually going to be taking on a much more focused role on trying to actually get into a root planting kind of phase. This is a great month in any kind of situation where long-term commitments, long-term plans get funded, get stabilized, and get secured as it relates to couple and family goals. This is also a time where those of you who are single or available to new people might be connecting with somebody new that might be close to home. Close to home literally as in the neighborhood, or maybe even through a close friend, chosen family member, or relative. The Sun is bringing in an opportunity for stronger bonding, play, and healing in any kind of relationship with a family member or chosen family member. And Mars is also focusing on doing a great deal of clearing work as it relates to maybe any kind of old issues, obstacles, or blocks of a household or family nature. This can be extremely useful, especially if there maybe have been some projects or some goals or maybe even some delicate issues that have fallen behind themselves in terms of progress towards solutions. The new moon is creating a great 2-week period to find something that you would like to add to your home or transform about your living situation or environment, and maybe even set some of you who might be looking to make a move or relocation up with a good move or relocation opportunity as we enter January. We also have a full moon in Gemini on December 4th, your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, promotions, and raises. And in the 2 weeks following the 4th, a lot of you might find that there could be something going on in the career or business department where, yes, graduation and promotion energy is strong. Now, this could come from a transformation to something going on with the work hierarchy or an environmental development, or this could just be an opportunity for you to get a level up because of some kind of environmental or social connection raising you up. And we also have Neptune turning direct in Pisces on December 10th, your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections. And with Neptune turning direct here, it's a very special period because a lot of you in December and in January are going to get a chance to have Neptune's big waves dissolve. A lot of calcified, stagnant, rock-hard obstacles, blocks, routines, and maybe even binding influences that have been prohibitive of the accomplishment of maybe a certain relationship wish, goal, or attainment that you have been working towards or that you and a partner have been working towards. The final week and a half of December, we've got the Sun and Venus, as well as Mars, and eventually in early January, Mercury move on into Capricorn, your 5th house of love, romance, artistic pursuits, and personal business enterprises. And things are getting quite romantic as we get to the end of the year and the beginning of the new year. With Venus and the Sun together, it's all about play, new love languages, and a sweet honeymoon period. And Mars is going to be working real hard to knock down any kind of obstacles, obstructions, or interferences with some fun love. So that is what I've got for you, Virgo people. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for the month of December 2025. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow those links in the down bar below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, you do want to know when my other videos come out on this channel as well, like your weekly astrology and tarot, astrology bonus episodes, and of course, anything mystical and magical I like to drop in the cauldron. So what's going on when it comes to your December? It is stellium season, and that means we have groups of planets coming together in one sign, and all that those planets rule take on the nature of the space of the chart that they are in. So for you, we've got the Sun and Venus, eventually Mercury, Mars, and even a new moon in Sagittarius this month, your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, collaborations, helpful third parties, and even handoffs, gifts, and matchmaking. And this month, you really want to be open to letting other people interfere in your life in a very good way. The Sun and Venus are together here until the 21st and 24th. And this is a time where, yes, matchmaking and hookups are high, not just in love and in romance, mind you, but also in professional and social matters. Venus, of course, is going to be working as a love matchmaker. For the single Libras out there, you might be finding that other people could be quite helpful in helping you find somebody that you can't find for yourself. But also for those of you who are coupled or are married, you might find that couple friends and allies could be showering you guys with gifts, or even helping you guys open doors or find things that you can't find for yourselves or your family. The Sun is also boosting social awareness of things that you have going on that you've not necessarily been able to get the right kind of attention or support for. And this could be something also working with a professional project, or maybe something that you would like to raise up in terms of its visibility. Mars is bringing people to help you fight your battles, especially until the 15th, and it may actually be the case that somebody could show up and help take something off your hands that you have not been able to necessarily master or maybe complete on your own, especially as it relates to a financial or professional matter or some kind of obligation, or they could just be helping you get something squared away for good. Mercury is going to be speeding up the completion or the fulfillment of some kind of important promise or collaboration that you have either been officially or loosely involved in. And you may also find that helpful collaborators might be wanting to team up with you to create something that is bigger than the sum of its parts, and that could also help your reputation to soar. A new moon here is also promising some very important new commitments crystallizing on a personal and professional front after the 19th. A full moon is in Gemini this month on the 4th. This is your 9th house of expansion, big moves, big travel opportunities, government and legal proceedings, long distance connections, and anything to do with spirituality or academia. Now, this full moon is creating a 2-week period between the 4th and the 19th, where a lot of you are getting a chance to get relieved of some kind of burden, container, or block that has been keeping you stuck in one place. This could be maybe a contract, an obligation, or maybe even something that's been sort of a law of the land that you've been forced to abide wherever it may be for you. But this full moon could also be helping to launch something for you as well, especially if you have been in a space where something that you've been trying to get off the ground has been failing to launch. A new moon, we've got Neptune turning direct in Pisces on the 10th. And this is in your 6th house of work, reputation, schedule, community affiliations, as well as public standing. And Neptune turning direct is very helpful here because there are things in life that sometimes can become very rigid, very calcified, or stuck in a pattern or stuck in a routine that go nowhere. And for a lot of you, Neptune is going to be dissolving a lot of situations in your life that have become static, whether this has to do with something going on that maybe has been limiting you in terms of options or availability for new roles, new assignments, better business, or maybe even get some kind of financial avenue in your life flowing again, as it may have run down to a trickle in recent or less recent history. And that's not just for December, that is also a big theme of your January. As we wrap up December, we've got the Sun and Venus and Mars, and eventually in early January, Mercury, all moving into your 4th house of home, family, living situation, and home economy. And it's going to be time for planting roots across the board. In fact, Venus is going to be helping out a lot of love stories, especially when it comes to planting new roots on the home front, whether this has to do with family plans or maybe just some environmental shifts. New creature comforts are coming your way, and it might also be a beautiful time at the end of the year, beginning of next year, for a new beginning or a rejuvenation with a family relationship or chosen family member. So that is what I've got for your astrology for December, guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow those links down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, you do want to know when other videos on this channel, well, when these new videos show up. I mean, you want to know when your weekly astrology and tarot show up, your bonus astrology videos, or maybe even some extra mystical stuff I like to drop in the cauldron every once in a while. So, what's going on when it comes to your December? What's your monthly astrology look like? Well, it's stellium season, and that means, well, in astrology, a stellium is all about when a group of planets all come together in the same sign or the same place. And suddenly, the way those planets operate and what those planets take over or what those planets rule in our life start to behave like the space they're occupying. And for you, it's all about money. This is a big booster to your economy with the Sun and Venus in Sagittarius until the 21st and 24th. Mars is there until the 15th, and Mercury will be in there after the 11th. And we've got a new moon in Sagittarius on the 19th. And so this is your 2nd house, income, employment, and security. And this month is all about setting up a lot of important new normals in terms of predictable take-home pay. Venus and the Sun are making life a breeze at work, but also attracting to you a lot of important and helpful financial and professional gifts. Mars is putting you in line for some rather competitive opportunities, but you are going to need to be ready to throw your weight around. Mars in the 2nd house likes to push us into the fast lane with overtime opportunities, extra projects, extra assignments, or again, competitive new job opportunities, but they will be competitive, and things can get a little bit tense every once in a while with Mars there. So until the 15th, you might notice things with clients, customers, coworkers, and bosses being rewarding, but also a tad tense. Mercury will be speeding up a lot of climbs and a lot of completions with a lot of assignments, as well as maybe even professional ladder climbs. And a new moon in Sagittarius is what we see for the 2 weeks at the end of the month, where some kind of new professional commitment or new financial commitment will be getting ready to integrate for you to, well, be treated very sweetly with some cash. We also have a full moon in Gemini on December 4th, which is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy and self-employment earnings. But a full moon in Gemini is all about the hot stuff. And this month, especially between the 4th and the 19th, things could be getting a little wild, a little carnal in the love world for Scorpio people, as the full moon likes to get rid of some inhibitions that may exist either in you or in partners. And we might be pushing some new horizons, and new relationship opportunities and new horizon pushers may be in the offering for those of you who are single or available as well. Neptune is also turning direct in Pisces, another personal life sector for you, the 5th house of love, romance, but also personal business enterprises and artistic pursuits. And you might find that with Neptune going direct here, starting on the 10th and beyond, there is a new intellectual and new spiritual flavor coming into your most important relationships. Love and romance is becoming a lot more deep, a lot more profound, and again, a lot more intellectual. And you may be finding that partnerships are becoming a bit more adventurous, and new partners seem to be a little bit more out there, but in a very tantalizing kind of way. This can also be a great transit for anybody looking to get maybe something to flow where it has once been stopped up or calcified around a personal business enterprise or, again, artistic pursuit. As we get to the final week and a half or so of December, we've got the Sun and Venus and Mars, and eventually in early January, Mercury, all coming together for stellium number 2 in Capricorn. Your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, helpful third parties, hookups, handoffs, matchmaking, and collaborations. And that's not just for the end of this month, that's also early January, and you're going to want to be ready to let people get a little bit more involved in things that you don't let people get involved in. Let people, well, interfere in a very helpful way, because when Venus and the Sun are here, it's all about you being the recipient of important gifts and favors. Mars is going to be bringing people in to help you maybe open roads that you didn't know could be opened, or you couldn't open them for yourself. And Mercury, especially in January, is also going to be speeding up important transitions or accelerating developments where joint efforts and collaborations are concerned. So that's what I've got for your astrology for December, Scorpio. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links down below. And also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, you want to know when all the other videos come out on this channel, like your weekly astrology and tarot, the astrology bonus episodes, or any kind of mystical and paranormal stuff I like to drop in the cauldron every once in a while, just to remind you what I'm really all about. So what's going on when it comes to your December? Well, it's stellium season. And a stellium in astrology means that a group of planets are all coming together in one sign or one space of the chart, and everything that those planets rule start to behave in accordance with where they are. And for you, it's doubly special because it's happening in your sign, your 1st house. And so this month, it's all about you, your personal goals, your personal ambitions, your personal roads, your personal journeys, irrespective of what's going on with other people. It's a solo project month for Sagittarius types. And so that means, whatever else is going on with family or partners or work or whatever, that's important. But this month, it's all about getting back to you. The Sun and Venus are in your sign until the 21st and the 24th. We've got Mercury joining them on the 11th. Mars is there until the 15th, and we've got a new moon in your sign on the 19th. So what does this all mean? Well, things are starting to go in your direction. A lot of you Sagittarius people are going to also find yourself in a lot of leadership type positions in all kinds of situations you have going on. No good just being a follower, receiving, or waiting to show up. In fact, a lot of you could be finding that you're getting raised up in the world with Mars in your sign, where you are going to have to take on the mantle of being the authority figure or the one who decides what goes on in projects, social dealings, plans, but also people are looking to you for that guidance. We have Mercury speeding up the rate with which you're accumulating wealth. Money is coming to you faster than it's been in probably at least the last 4 months. And we also have the Sun and Venus turning you into a love and attention magnet. So that MVP rising star treatment you are getting is also attracting some interesting new love opportunities for the single Sagittarians. And for those of you who are coupled or are married, you may notice that your relationship is getting on track with possibly some kind of old goal or old wish or old aspiration that maybe you guys had to give up or turn aside from once upon a time. The Sun is also going to be attracting close to you a lot of important friends that are more deeply resonant with what you've got going on and where you want to take yourself in 2026. So again, be available, be sociable, but be ready. It is all about you this month. That new moon is also going to be activating some kind of important new commitment that could actually be setting on a very high track some kind of personal project or maybe even some kind of personal investment that you've not been able to give the time or that you've not been able to finally begin. And that's going to be a big theme of part 2 of December, right, from the 19th on. We have a full moon in Gemini on December 4th, your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one commitments. This is your boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your most involved joint ventures with. And a full moon here is all about the ending of a phase, the ending of a chapter, and the beginning of something new. Now, there could be some very interesting status-changing conversations going on in the love department, especially in mid-December, but also the accomplishment or maybe even the building on some kind of important milestone in a joint effort or relationship concern that helps set everybody up on a new platform. This is also a full moon, however, where we will also be closing up a status quo story in a romantic relationship or a working partnership, and likely something that will have an interesting share of hecticness to it, but also something that helps clear the plates of all involved. Neptune is turning direct on the 10th, and this is in your 4th house of home, family, living situation, and home economy. And Neptune turning direct here is going to be really good for you because, well, starting on the 10th and for the next few months, things in your life around home, family, or home economics are concerned, or even home-based business operations, are getting a chance to come out of maybe a ho-hum or stuck space. Neptune likes to make things more mutable and dissolve things that have become calcified or hardened or frozen in time. And for a lot of you, if you've been feeling like maybe some household aspirations, things that you want for your family or you want for your household income have been sidelined or have been falling behind themselves, the Neptune tsunami will be a very important help to you. As we get to the last week and a half of December, the Sun and Venus, Mars, and eventually in early January, Mercury will be in Capricorn, starting up stellium number 2 in your 2nd house of income, employment, and security, and you are going to be getting a chance to rake it in, because with the Sun and Venus in the 2nd house, money is easier to come by than it normally is, whether it's offers, whether it's just cash itself, or maybe even some bonus capital, even though it's the 2nd house, not the 8th. And Mars and Mercury are putting you in a position where, yeah, it's time to get ready to throw down and compete for some golden opportunities, but you're not the only one gunning for them. So that is what I've got for your astrology for December, Sagittarius. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. Quick reminder for everybody out there, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, you do want to know when the other videos on this channel come out, such as the weekly astrology and tarot, astrology bonus episodes, and anything else like the mystical, magical, and paranormal that I like to drop in the cauldron every once in a while, just to remind you where all this comes from. So what's going on when it comes to your December? It's stellium season, and it's only part one. We've got a stellium in January as well. So stelliums occur in astrology where a group of planets all come together in one particular space, and all the planets in that space start to behave in accordance with that space. And so for you, it's going to actually be all about the past, your history, as well as also secrets, hidden opportunities, and shortcuts, as we will have the Sun and Venus, eventually Mercury, Mars, and a new moon all in your 12th house, Sagittarius. And this can actually be a very special month because the Sun and Venus together are bringing in an opportunity for you to make some important escapes or even have some getaway opportunities this month, especially when it comes to situations where you would like to kind of rewrite the past or unmake some old decisions or unmake some works that you had done, or maybe even rewrite, renegotiate, or change a path or a timeline you've been on. Venus in this part of your chart is also very sweet in love and romance because it's also bringing in an opportunity for almost like a couple's retreat, escape kind of vibe for you and a partner, getting more one-on-one bonding time, taking time away from the crowd, and even those of you who are single or are available to new people may be finding an opportunity to do just that with somebody new. We also have the Sun giving you a chance to reconnect with things from the past that maybe you once left behind or could not give priority that you wish you did. And Mercury is also going to be adding to that after the 11th, especially because Mercury likes to also reconnect us with old opportunities that could be really good for us financially and socially. So you might also want to pay close attention to what is coming back around in terms of work opportunities, financial opportunities, or again, even reunions with old friends. Mars in this part of your chart is also giving you a chance to finally end or take a crack at something that has been kind of a pervasive, historic issue, something that might actually have followed you for years or been something that has been keeping you anchored somewhere you cannot be anchored anymore. This could be something that is recent or less recent. As this is the 12th house, this could be something that goes back even over a decade. But we're also seeing with Mars here the return of old resources, old tools, and old help, and all things you need that for. A new moon here on the 19th is a revival new moon, and it's very possible a lot of you Capricorn people are getting an opportunity to actually bring something back to life, some kind of old wish, some old road, or old aspiration that you once had to give up, compromise, or sacrifice in the past. And that's going to be a theme of the 2 weeks following the 19th. We have a full moon in Gemini on the 4th. And this is your 6th house of work, your reputation, schedule, public standing, the communities that you are involved in, and the people that you serve with. Now, a full moon here is indicating a lane change opportunity coming to you in some kind of professional situation or work or financial situation between the 4th and the 19th. And this is an important lane change that you want to consider if you can do it, because it's likely something that could also set you up for a big advancement as we go into the May months of 2026. Neptune will be turning direct in Pisces on December 10th. This is your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, helpful third parties, handoffs, matchmaking, gift giving, as well as also collaborations. And with Neptune turning direct here, this is a time where a lot of you are getting a chance to do a lot of clearing work around ties that bind, that have become more fixative, that have become more cemented, that actually have nowhere else to go or grow. But so long as they remain in your life, they will keep you static. They will keep you frozen in time. Neptune does not like that. Neptune likes to dissolve what is calcified, be they old contracts or things collecting dust or things that have actually become more of a binding kind of prison, right? Neptune rules water in the waves. It's all about movement and flow, but stuck conditions, stagnance, and standing water, that's no good. It's gotta go. Neptune here could also indicate some very generous gifts coming your way from people that are trying to help you in ways where they might come out very unconventional or not follow what you are used to. So keep an open mind and explore. The final week and a half of the month, we have an interesting shift with the Sun and Venus and Mars, and eventually in early January, Mercury, going into Capricorn, your first house, making the beginning of Stellium number 2, which is a big part of January. And it's all about you. It's all about your sign. It's all about your personal goals, your solo projects, and personal ambitions. And Venus will be attracting a lot of attention to you. You might be going through a bit of a celebrity experience on and off the job, in and out of the house, and it's time to get a bit more extroverted. We also have Mars here working really, really hard on helping you to break through some kind of roadblock that has maybe been tolerated in your life by yourself or others. And it's also likely the case that Mercury will be helping you do some catching up for lost time with something that you fell behind with yourself that you wish you didn't. So that is what I've got for you Capricorn people out there. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to leave a like and maybe subscribe. You do want to know, of course, when the weekly astrology and tarot videos come out, the bonus astrology content, and of course, the extra paranormal and mystical stuff I like to drop in the cauldron every once in a while, just to remind you what I'm all about and where this all actually comes from. So what's going on when it comes to your December? Well, it's stellium season, and so stelliums in astrology occur when groups of planets all come together in one space, and then all planets in that group start to behave in accordance with the space that they are occupying. And for you, it's all about social activity. It's about your 11th house of friendships, support system, and community. As we have the Sun and Venus in Sagittarius until the 21st and 24th, Mars is there until the 15th, Mercury is there after the 11th, and we've got a new moon there as well on the 19th. So this is only part 1 of stellium season. We're going to have another stellium as well in January. So with this, the month of December for you Aquarius people is going to be all about the expanding of your tribe and community, and also receiving a lot of transformative opportunities from people. With Venus and the Sun here together, this is a time where a 15 minutes of fame kind of experience could be happening for you, or maybe your position at work or your business or something that you're putting out there. This is also a time where your love life is becoming a lot more outgoing, a lot more ambitious, a lot more adventurous. In fact, Venus likes to draw in a support system for couples, right? Because it's not just a village that you need to raise a child. It also helps to have a village to help support and, of course, stimulate and engage a couple. Those of you who are single or are available to new people, this is a time where it may be through a friend or through a social group or a social association that new love could also come on the table. But also with the Sun and Venus here, it's about you getting a chance to live a bit of the high life. It's going to be kind of a jet set month for a lot of you. Mars here is also going to be bringing you closer to the best friends you could have as allies, as a support system, but also likely challenging what we could consider the fake or fair weather. Mars, remember, he is the warrior planet, so bonds between brothers, bonds between sisters, bonds between fellows in arms, and, bonds of love that are superficial or plastic or surface only are no good to him. And you may notice where maybe certain frenemies or fair weather situations are getting challenged to either evolve and become something more substantial or get the hell out. Mercury is also going to be transforming the lay of the land of a lot of other areas of your life outside of your friendship circles because of your friendship circles. This has a lot to do with people actually helping you to accomplish long-term goals that you might not feel ready to accomplish now. And yet, at the same time, you know what? Your friends, your allies, and your besties are actually going out of their way. Whether this is for big trips or big moves, whether this is for career, or again, just for the simple fun pleasures of enjoying life with friends, this is going to be a month where you want to have them. A new moon in this part of your chart on the 19th is setting up the final 2 weeks of the month as well for a very important new beginning in an important friendship, or maybe even some kind of new important friendship that could also be raising up an area of your life outside of your everyday social circle. A full moon in Gemini on December 4th is also going to be creating an important transformation moment in your 5th house of love, romance, personal business enterprises, and artistic pursuits. And this full moon could indicate a brand new day kind of feel in your personal life. A lot of the times a full moon can end a phase or end a chapter or turn over a page that helps us to be able to advance something that is very important to the core of a certain relationship chemistry. And for those of you who are single or available to new people, it could also indicate some kind of important threshold getting crossed in a situation where perhaps a block, a boundary, or obstruction to a new relationship or maybe a relationship opportunity is, well, dealt with. We also have Neptune turning direct in Pisces on December 10th. This is your 2nd house of income, employment, and security. And when we have Neptune turn direct here, this can help, especially when it comes to things that have felt like they've been drying up, calcifying, or starting to just become static or stagnant in all things professional or financial. See, Neptune doesn't like things to fall into a safe, predictable, controlled pattern or routine, because that is what eventually leads to fossilization and calcification. And anything that could be going on that has been maybe creating that effect, stopping money or freezing or limiting earning power or limiting growth or maybe even limiting work or job opportunities, is going to get washed out by Neptune as we get past the 10th of December. And it's going to be a pretty strong theme of January as well. In the final week and a half of December, we also have Stellium number 2 getting built up. The Sun and Venus will be moving on into Capricorn. Mars will already be there, and in the early days of January, Mercury will be there. This is your 12th house of the past, private matters, secrets, hidden opportunities, and shortcuts. And you're going to get an opportunity to do a lot of revival work at the end of December and early January, digging up and recovering things that once got lost to time. This could also indicate the return of old social connections, the return of old relationship eras, or even the return of old money. Whatever the case is, things that you would like to, well, recover or excavate will be in the offering. So that is what I've got for you, Aquarius people. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what's going on when it comes to your monthly astrological overview for December 2025. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And you do want to know when other videos come out on this channel, such as your weekly astrology and tarot, the astrology bonus episodes, and anything mystical, magical, and paranormal. I want to, of course, drop in the cauldron as well, because, well, it's important to know where this stuff comes from, and it's important you know what I'm all about. So what's going on when it comes to your December? What's going on with you? Well, it's stellium season, and a stellium in astrology occurs when a group of planets all come together in one space, and then they begin to behave in accordance with what space they are occupying. And so we've got a stellium here in December and a stellium coming up in January. And December, for you, it's all about career, upward mobility, status, promotions, and raises, because we've got this stellium of the Sun, Venus, as well as eventually Mercury, Mars, and even a new moon, all in Sagittarius, your 10th house of career. And this is going to be a month where you've got to be ready to give it your all, because the Sun and Venus are putting a lot of important attention to getting your name on the map in corporate situations, business situations, financial situations. And you may find that the Sun is also increasing the value that you are getting back for your presence in anything professional or financial. And this also, of course, is going to apply to your personal business, your side hustles, anywhere where you are, of course, making a name for yourself or trying to make a mark on the world. Venus is kind of interesting here because your relationships, your love life is also going on a much more power couple kind of bent. And you might notice that partners and love opportunities are all kind of getting enmeshed in career and financial matters as well. You might be noticing partners also going through their own uptick, maybe getting opportunities for transfers, promotions, and big moves of their own. And for those of you who are single or available to new people, this could also be a time where new love could be coming through a situation where you connect with somebody that is a part of a space in your life that you have a deep-rooted passion. We also have Mercury speeding up the rate with which you are accumulating wealth, and Mars is going to be helping to break some kind of glass ceiling, financial or time limitation that has been imposed on you. And that's a big theme of the first 2 weeks of December. We also have this new moon creating some kind of new benchmark or some kind of new goalpost around a career or financial matter. Now, for a lot of you, this could also indicate a new job, a new role, a transfer, or something that could help get you out of a space or out of a bubble or out of a realm that you have been in professionally or financially. But this is something that you have to be ready to engage. We also have a full moon in Gemini on December 4th, which is your 4th house of home, family, living situation, and home economy. And this is going to be a full moon that helps bring a wrap up to something that has maybe been a long-standing commitment or a long-standing status quo that no longer serves you, no longer serves a family situation, or again, the household economy. This can, however, also bring up some old family business, old family contracts, or old family arrangements that are also overdue to be closed. And so it might get a little weird around the holidays, because let's remember, not everybody handles intense astrology energy with dignity, but it must be done. And with that said, it's important to understand that sometimes old family business and old family obligations could also be old chains that serve no one. And just because they're old doesn't mean they should be there. We also have Neptune turning direct in your sign on December 10th, which is very special for you because Neptune turning direct is not only your ruling planet getting set right, but it's also helping you to get back into alignment with some kind of personal goal, wish, aspiration, or solo project, or maybe a need-to-know project that you've drifted away from. See, Neptune, when he's in your sign, is going to be helping you to get rid of things that have calcified or taken up space that have actually forced you to sideline, abandon, or merely tease personal wishes and goals. And this could also be something that brings in a new flow of material support or even open roads for things that you've been forced to kind of keep in the inner world and give it a chance to come forth into reality. And this is going to be a big part of not just December, but also going into January. As we get to the final week and a half of December, the Sun and Venus, Mars, and eventually Mercury in early January will be in Capricorn, setting up stellium number 2. And this is your 11th house of friendships, support system, and community. And when we have all of these guys together here, it's important to pay attention to where your social life is coming alive, because it needs to come alive and get involved. You are getting an opportunity to actually get a lot of important hookups through friends that are looking to do work for you. Not only are you actually expanding on your social circle and your support system, but a few choice characters might be rising up to be main character or supporting cast members in your life, especially when it comes to being able to open some very important key financial doors, professional doors, and maybe even some love doors. So that is what I've got for your astrology for December, Pisces. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, don't forget my name is Nico, Son of Selene, and should you ever want to get a personal reading with me, head on over to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.